Oh yeah, so guys, this is the biggest announcement of the whole year. All right, so those of you who watch PlayStation Experience, you know it was like, I mean, PlayStation just blew the minds off people. I mean, great show, great planning how everything was orchestrated and how they showed the indie games and then they showed the first party games is great.
PlayStation's awesome. It's
Oh
awesome.
my goodness, and they just I mean, and compared to especially this their most recent well that I got to take place like actually watch is E3, and they kind of just it wasn't a very good show. I mean, like Xbox probably had a better show.
I agree.
Like even like the PC whatever, like the PC World or whatever had a better show.
Right.
Just showing all that stuff. But it was great, and so basically it took place at the very end of PlayStation Experience, and I can't remember the dude's name, whatever. He came out and he was like, "Guys, we have a developing team that has been working on, just a little something for you guys. It's not very close to coming out, but they wanted just to show you guys, just to let you guys know." And so you've seen pretty much everything, and they just had shown like the Uncharted and all the other stuff going on, and you're like, nothing is left, nothing is left. And so I actually almost exited out of the stream, and I was gonna go downstairs and eat or something, and thankfully I was like, oh, I'll stay around, like there's a few more minutes left. It opens up and it's the camera is like fading away. It's like you're walking backwards in this forest, right? Mm-hmm. And so right when it opens up, you just see this like lush forest, and so immediately you kind of think Last of Us, think it, but you're like, no, and you hear the music like the drum beating and stuff from the multiplayer, and it sounds kind of familiar, but you're like, it could be something different. And then it continues to back up and back up and back up, and you're seeing more, and then you see like one of the rusted cars from like multiplayer and from the single player, and you're like, no, it cannot be. And you just hear the crowd like,
everyone's like, oh,
like starting to like, no way, and you just like hear it, and then it keeps backing up, and then you see like the two abandoned houses and stuff in the middle of the woods, and you're like, it cannot be. They are not showing us this. And then you see the firefly symbol on the flag, and then everyone just crazy erupts. I was like, oh, but I couldn't even believe it. Dude, my mind was blown. But so basically,
he's already memorized the trailer. I mean, this is how much this guy.
I've watched it probably like 50 times. I'm not even exaggerating. But basically, what we can take away from the trailer is, Ellie looks definitely grown up. Obviously, it would make sense only that she progressed in age and adolescence, whatever. And Joel looks a little bit older too. But basically, it shows the camera goes through the house, and Ellie has blood like all over her, and the blood is fresh because she touches the guitar strings and she tunes the guitar when she starts to play it. It seems like she has some sort of
twitch almost.
Yeah, she's twitch or she's scared. Or something. I don't know. She some sort of effect from something else, but she starts to play, her guitar, and she actually recites Psalm 23, which is completely out of context of what it actually is in the Bible. But she's reciting Psalm 23 like even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. And then she kind of like puts some of her own like lyrics into like this song that she makes up.
Me. Because I know I'll kill my enemies when they come.
But it kind of takes the verse is or whatever that she's like saying, even though it's used out of context and probably shouldn't be used in that, but it makes sense to, like as you're watching it, because you can see the pain and frustration that she's gone through having to do this probably for years now. And after you played everything that happened in the first and at the end of The Last of Us, do you care if I spoil it? You don't want me to?
No, I mean, you can go ahead. No.
Fine. I can. Okay. So at the end of The Last of Us, she's obviously they have made it to the Firefly camp that you're trying to get through the whole time, right? Mm-hmm. So you get to the Firefly camp, she's immediately taken. All right, and so and then and Joel or whatever, and they know like, all right, something's wrong. So they sedate Ellie, and she's out on the table, on the operating table, and you play as Joel. You sneak in, basically kill everybody, and you take Ellie, and you go down or whatever to leave, and Marlene, you remember Marlene? Mm-hmm. Marlene's standing there, and she's like, "You can't leave," pointing it at Joel, and Joel's like, "Get out of the way, like I'm freaking leaving," and she's like, "You can't," like basically they talking like, and Joel's like, "You can't do this to her," basically like she doesn't like she, and then Marlene's like she doesn't want this for herself, you know, and then Marlene's like, think about it in terms of like a world, whatever, it's one person dying to be able to cure everybody. Now, which makes sense, like, logically, and, like, you know, but what Ellie would have wanted is exactly what Marlene would have wanted. Ellie would have died to have the cure taken from her brain, because they would have had to operate on her brain. She would have died. That's the only thing. The problem is Joel didn't want that, because selfishly he loves Ellie as a daughter, basically, you know, like, replacing his old daughter who died at the beginning of the outbreak. So it's crazy that it's like Joel's selfishness / which, I mean, shoot, what the heck would you do? It's kind of like you choose sides, whatever. Obviously, most people
been through this whole adventure with this.
Yeah, and you love these like characters. And you're like, heck no, you don't. I mean, the whole world is pretty much gone to crap. It doesn't even matter anymore. Like, you know, except for the people that aren't immune. Like, oh, you get the whatever. So, but yeah, Ellie or whatever is playing this whatever, and she's crying. You see this like tear of blood come down from her, and
that's what I thought it was a tear of blood.
Yeah,
I was like,
it was kind of that's kind of weird, which I don't understand that.
Yeah,
but you see, clearly what had just happened is that they had just come from somewhere in the forest and had killed all of whoever was in these houses. Whoever it doesn't, you can't really identify who they are, unless they're fireflies. Yeah, because it has a firefly, you know, flag, which you can assume they're fireflies. And Joel, because on the you leave at the end of the first game.
What the hell am I wearing?
Just take it easy. Drugs are still wearing off.
What happened?
We found the fireflies. Turns out there's a whole lot more like you, Ellie. People that are immune.
The first game ends, and they, you know, you can assume they walk down to Tommy saying, you know, so clearly Ellie has figured something out, or she is just going off of the fact that something has happened where they're against fireflies now. Obviously, it's, I don't know, something she figured out.
Do you think you're going to be playing as Ellie in this game?
Oh yeah, for sure. You'll play as both, for sure. Because then after Ellie's like halfway through the song, and you see this figure emerge into the door. Joel had clearly been across the whatever at the other house or cleaning something up, and he's also has his gun out. So you know they had just killed more people, and Ellie's just talking about, and when she's singing, how much that she's hurt or whatever, and it doesn't matter. It's kind of like a weird way that she's singing it, saying like her gun comforts her and stuff, and that she's gonna kill like all of them or whatever, and that she's basically that she's so far into what she's been doing that it doesn't affect her anymore, but she's so hurt by it, but she's blind, she's like callous to it basically.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's interesting.
Joel, the path of the right, because I'm wrong. No, I can't walk on the path of the right, 'cause I'm wrong.
What are you doing, kiddo? You really gonna go through with this?
I'm gonna find, and I'm gonna kill every last one of them.
like he's like, "What are you doing, kiddo?" And everyone, because you
Yeah.
hear Joel talk, and it's like awesome. And so then, but then he asks, "Are you sure you want to go through with this?" Which I was like, "Is she gonna commit suicide?" Like, because it sounds like by her singing the song, it sounds like she's sad, like depressed, like
ready to just.
she's ready to die,
Yeah.
kill herself. She can't do it anymore. But then she turns to him and is like, I'm gonna find all of them. I'm gonna find all of them who did this or whatever, and I'm gonna kill all of them." You know, and then it starts, and then it's over. Totally surprised everybody, and so, but there had been, I didn't see that there were some leaks, some Naughty Dog, like they do little fun stuff to like kind of like tease stuff, and some of the Naughty Dog developers released tracks of the soundtrack, just like of that tune of the like main song. It's called oh goodness, I listen to it all the time. It's like The Trail. The Trail is like one of the big. It's like you hear it all the time in the game. But they just released like the soundtrack of it, just like this audio version of it, and people were like, "What the heck? Why are you tweeting this out?" And it was like just little hints to like what was coming. So it's so
That's
cool
awesome.
though that they decided to do that, especially at the end of PSX. Everybody's pumped. The game probably won't come out till like
End of 2017.
late 2017, like Q3, whatever, 2017, or like early, like Christmas or something. You know.
Might be like an October
Maybe
game.
even 2018, you know, I don't know. But, I mean, I guess it's not that hard to make the cinema trailers, whatever. But, you know, it looked like, it looked good. It looked really good.
It looked really, really awesome.
Yeah.
Even for a guy that hasn't finished Last of Us 1, I saw that and I was like, dang, I gotta go back and play that now. Like,
Oh, my goodness, dude.
I was like,
It's kind of funny, though. It's like, you're super, like,
I'm a big Uncharted
you're
guy.
crazy Uncharted, and you
You're
know
crazy.
all of it, and I'm like, I'm
Last
crazy
of Us,
Last of
no,
Us,
yeah.
yeah. But, yeah, Last of Us 2, people. If you haven't seen it, you can look up Last of Us Part 2.